Hello, you amazing little marketing bees. You're tuned into episode 36 of the Marketing Buzzword Podcast.
This is the Marketing Buzzword Podcast, the podcast where we dissect the world's most common marketing buzzwords. Hold on tight. We are about to fly around the beehive to see the latest buzzwords that stuck to the marketing bees.
Hello again, and welcome back to the Marketing Buzzword Podcast. This is the podcast which helps you to understand what all of these business and marketing buzzwords actually mean and how they can be helpful going forward. I'm your host, Ben Roberts, and in this show, I'm the marketing bee in charge of making sure, actually, we're going to change things up a little bit today. Dum dum dum. So, normally we have our little bite-sized 15-minute episodes on a Thursday every week. Now, what I'm doing is I'm going to mix it up a little bit this week for you guys. So I was speaking at a marketing event that I sort of set up on the side as a little thing just to sort of run through a new keynote presentation I was giving. And I thought, you know what, why don't I record this and I'll share it with you guys. And I thought hopefully it will add some value, and it was something a little bit different. I sort of will test the water with it, and hopefully it's something that you guys enjoy. So there were about 30-40 people in the crowd for this, and my presentation was looking at how you build a personal brand both within a business and alongside a business. So talking about how it is entirely possible that you, no matter what sort of organisation you work for, whether you're the top dog or you're at the bottom, you can build your own personal brand. And as a company, how you should be encouraging your employees to build a personal brand, and some of the benefits that them having their own personal brands brings to the company, and obviously making sure that everything is aligned and you're all going towards the same goal. I absolutely loved putting this presentation together. I absolutely had an absolute blast this talk, and I thought, as it's a one-off talk, I thought I'd share it with you and see if you guys can get some value out of it too. In the show notes, I'm going to include a link to the slideshow where I've actually uploaded the presentation as well, so you can take a look at that and actually maybe even listen through as you wanted to flick through the slides yourself. So I'm going to put that in the show notes at marketingbuzzword.com, obviously, to find today's episode. Before I do that though, I do need to remind you as well that this podcast is powered by Talkative. Talkative is a company that brings together web chat, voice calls, video calls, and co-browsing together in one package. This allows you and your business to truly engage with your customers, offer quick and effective resolutions to questions, and improve your customer experience. Check it out at talkative.uk. And the final thing I really want to talk to you about, obviously, is the new crowdfunding campaign for the book. Now, I mentioned it at the end of this presentation. August the 1st, it's all kicking off. I'm so excited about this. So, I'm going to share some, I started putting a link on the Marketing Buzzword page, marketingbuzzword.com/book, I think it is. It's just go on the marketingbuzzword.com website, you'll be able to see that. I've done a video for the crowdfunding campaign as well, so you can actually see me face to face, and you'll see my face for radio. And you'll find out a little bit more about the book, what you actually get out of it, who it's for, and what it contains. Really excited, there's some super cool bonuses coming down the line, and yeah, it's really not far away at all. So anyway, that's more than enough from me. Let's get on with the show, and please, if you want to get in touch, let me know what you think about this episode, whether you like it, don't like it, want me to go back to the original format. I really don't mind. I just want to make sure that I'm providing value for you. So let's get on with the show. Thank you very, very much for coming today. On behalf of myself and Sonia, our speaker later. So this wasn't really supposed to be much of a thing. Okay, I thought about, I've got a new keynote presentation, so you guys are going to be the first eyeballs on this new presentation I've not actually done before. So it's actually really exciting for me to be able to come here today and show you something brand new that no one else has seen before. And I wanted to sort of come to Bristol as well. So I'm actually from South Wales, and people from South Wales don't even come to England very often, and I actually like the English, believe it or not. So I thought I'd actually come over here and sort of do something that I thought was brand new, and I thought, let's come to Bristol. So my first talk today is going to be about personal branding. We're going to look at how you're going to build a personal brand, not just for yourself, because it's really important that you as individuals build a personal brand, but actually how you do it within a business as well. Because not all of you are going to be solopreneurs or sole traders. Some of you are going to have businesses and have individuals in there. And I believe that you should encourage each of your employees in there to build their own personal brand, because that will in turn build your company's brand. Okay? So, if you want to, I put hashtag be the brand in there because I'm a really cool millennial. If you want to use it, use it. If you don't want to, you can tweet me anyway, at robertsben_m. It's at the bottom, do that. And Sonia at valuable on content? Or?
Valuable content or at Sonia.
Yeah. Please feel free to take pictures, tweet, do all social media stuff again, because we're all millennials and it's 2018. So, a quick background to me, because I think it's important to sort of see a little bit who you're actually talking about. So I am a millennial, as I've said a couple of times. I play hockey as well, and I'm going to show you a little picture in a bit from the weekend, which you guys will absolutely love because you're English. I'm head of marketing at a tech company and a startup called Talkative based in Newport. I host a marketing podcast as well called the Marketing Buzzword Podcast, which again, running a theme, wasn't supposed to be a thing and it's now become a thing. And I also speak at conferences around the UK and Europe. There's me. I am my walking brand. I walk around usually with a poster of what I do. I also walk around with a Welsh flag everywhere because I am very, very patriotic. Speak at a conference, and then that's my Welsh hockey team. We actually played against 2 games against England at the weekend and won. First time in 11 years. Oh, I thought I'd enjoy that. That was a last minute addition to this presentation. So, in this talk I want to tell you that it is possible to build a personal brand within an existing brand, okay? It is entirely possible for you to, as an individual, you don't have to be at the top of an organisation. You can be a middle manager, you can be at the bottom. It doesn't matter where you are able to build a personal brand, okay? So don't think that it's above you and you have to be anything special to build a personal brand. You are the brand, and the brand is the sum of its parts. Yeah? So this is just an overview. By that it means, as a brand, if you change your social media profile and you say you work at a certain company, you become part of that brand. Okay? A brand is anything that portrays it, anything that's a part of it. So the environment, the people, the product, all this environmental stuff is part of the brand. If you change your handle, you become a product of your brand. So as a manager in a company, your employees need to reflect what you do. And as an employee, you should be reflecting your brand. So why is having a personal brand important? It's the way in which you are discovered, okay? It's everything about you. It's the way you walk, the way you talk, it's the way people perceive you, it's the way people talk about you when you're not there. So when you come after this and you go, oh, hopefully that Ben Roberts guy is really good, and that becomes part of my personal brand. You listen to Sonia Jeffson, you think, wow, content marketing, I really like what she's talking about in this sense. It's all about who you are, the way people perceive you, the way people talk about you. And remember, think digital first, okay? So I'm going to ask you a quick question now. How many of you have either met someone online and then met them offline first? So met someone online first before you met them offline? Yeah? How many of you have met someone offline and then gone, as soon as you've finished meeting them, then gone to LinkedIn or Twitter and stuff to find out a bit more about them? Yeah? Your digital profile says so much about you. Yes, you get a load from meeting people in real life, but your digital profile says so much about you. Sometimes it's even the lack of what it says about you, which I'll cover in a second. Yeah? You've got to make sure that your profiles align with what you do. Simple things. How many of you have the same headshot picture across all of your profiles that you use for social media? 2 or 4? Yeah? 4 or 5, maybe? Think about that. If people want to connect with you on LinkedIn and then they see you up on Twitter, they'll recognise you're the same people. If they do, what is your personal brand? How do people come to know you? If you're fun, be fun. Saying nothing says a lot. Yeah, how many of you still have an egg as your Twitter profiles? Oh, that's good. No eggs. Saying nothing says as much as saying a lot, okay? If people go, we talked about digital first. When you go there and you haven't posted anything in a while, so you're going out there, you're saying you're marketers, or you're saying you want to go into marketing. You say you run an agency, you're a recruiter, whatever it is. But if your profile doesn't say that, what does it say about you? Do you not care about your personal brand? Do you not care about how people are going to find you? Yeah, this is how people find you. It's 2018. We're in a modern world. Your digital profile is as important as you're going out there. So you're coming out there, you're meeting all these brilliant people face to face, and then you go on online after, and that's how you're going to actually find out more about them. That's how you're going to connect with them and reconnect with them. Once you add them on LinkedIn, you find out a bit about what they're doing. If you're not posting on these platforms, you're forgotten. You become no one again. You've got to be connecting with people, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. It's about engaging with people, not just shouting at people. Platforms like Twitter are conversational platforms. Every single social media platform is a conversational platform and not a shouty platform. Stop shouting at people and start talking to people. That is a personal brand. If you want to have conversations, that is your personal brand. Be specific to yourself. Okay? So when you set up your personal brand, it's not about going and post. You can post whatever you want to post, but you've got to have some sort of goal in there. Remember, you're working for an organisation, okay, or you're working for yourself. Does your content reflect what you are or where you want to go? If I'm talking about marketing and I'm talking about building a personal brand, if you go on my Twitter, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, I talk about my podcast, I talk about marketing. Because these are things that I'm specific. This is where I want to go. It's what I want people to recognise me for. What do people want to recognise you for? If you're a videographer, I think it's supposed to guys who are videographers. We've got guys who are doing agencies. What do you want to know? What do people want to know you for? Be specific about some of this stuff. Yes, you can have personality, and you should have personality. But what is your heading? And I think that's really important. I can't wait to share with you Sonia's talk later about mapping out your content and finding out exactly where you're heading, what you stand for, and why it's important. So how would you build a personal brand and build authority? This is really key, okay? Because you want to become known in your space. You don't want to just become someone that's there saying, oh, I post occasionally about some things. How do you actually become an authority that people come to you and say, yes, you're an expert in there? Because anyone can just post content. That's not difficult. There are tools out there that tell you how to post content. I use a content curation tool. Some of it's really great. But that anyone can do that. It's about how actually you and how you reflect your personal brand within that content that makes you become an authority. So you do that by sharing knowledge and adding value. Knowledge and value. Knowledge and value. So important, okay? Only you have your ideas and your experiences. Only you can put your spin and add certain value. If you've done something and you've experienced it, yes, it may not always be the most orthodox of ways, but that's only you, and you can tell people that. It might not work for everyone, but it will work for you, and guaranteed it will work for someone else. There are 6 billion people on this damn planet, 7 billion people maybe. Yeah, these ideas will work for everyone, and people will have their own distinct spins on things and their own distinct experiences and ideas. How are you going to share that knowledge and value? This is my most favourite acronym. Does everyone love this acronym? No? No? Anyone got any guess on what it means? What is it going to do for them? You know, I absolutely hate this acronym, but it actually is really damn important, okay? What is it going to do for them? Everything you say and do, you share something, why are you sharing it? What is the point? Yeah? What is it going to do for your audience? Is there a purpose behind sharing it? Now, that purpose doesn't have to be the same every time. It doesn't have to be value, value, value. But it could be personality. So people know a bit more about you. One of the things that I was really conscious of mentioning in sort of talking about me was that I play hockey. Some people it resonates with some people, it doesn't resonate with other people. But people will understand maybe a little bit more about my personality, that I love sport. This is something you can have a conversation with me about that's outside of work. So you even look on my Facebook, well, you see me playing hockey. There's different levels of conversation. People understand you a bit more. That's how people come to build a rapport with you. Yeah? Build authority and people recognise you. Have some personality. These two guys here are awesome. I met them 3 years ago in San Diego. They're based up north. Ugh. But honestly, even though they're from Newcastle, they are brilliant at unboring marketing, or they call it unboring. Essentially what they do is every single video they post every single Tuesday is fun. It is damn fun. You can't keep your eyes off it. But it's jam-packed full of knowledge and value. Okay? So you can add knowledge and value, but you can add personality into it. Be who you are. Only you can be your personality. If you're loud and out there, be loud and out there. If you're a bit quieter, but you can still add value, do it in your own way. People reflect that, and people are there. Actually, going live and live streaming shows a bit of vulnerability, but actually people really resonate with that. I tell you what, the amount of positive comments you'll get from going live on there without makeup, without being all glammed up and stuff, is amazing. Add some personality. Transparency equals trust. What I just talked about there, trying to do another seamless link in there as I'm trying to do this presentation for the first time, is that once you're transparent out there and you're doing all this live streaming, you're talking to people, you're having conversations, you're not shouting at people, you're adding a bit of transparency, you're letting people behind the curtain a little bit. That builds trust. The more people know about you, the more people like you, they know you, they trust you. So pull back that curtain a little bit on your life. Yes, you may be having a shit day. Let people know you've had a shit day, because I'll tell you what, which damn of you haven't had a shit day? No? I've had a shit day. No, but every single person's had a shit day. Yeah? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a crap day, because that builds trust, because people go, look, he's not the perfect picture anymore. I'm fed up of social media where people will see, oh, it's all this glam, it's all perfect, hair's never moved. Yeah? That's not business. That's not waking up at 4 in the morning because you've got deadlines, or going to bed at 4 in the morning because you've got deadlines. Yeah? That's what actually builds trust and authority, because you're sharing knowledge, you're sharing value, you're pulling back the curtain, you're having personality, you're being transparent, you're building trust. There's hopefully a thread that you're starting to see as I'm building through this talk. Now, this is part of the real crux of what I really want to get across to you guys, is align yourself with something you can stand for, or I'll hang your hat on, whichever way you prefer. Yeah? You've got to align yourself, whether it's a buzzword, a phrase, a topic. So I'm going to point out John Asperian over there. John, give us a wave. John has put himself out there as a relentlessly helpful copywriter. And he specialises on LinkedIn, and honestly, follow this guy on LinkedIn. Seriously. If you want help with your LinkedIn profile, John is the man. Virtual fist bump. But seriously, what can you say? How can you add value to people? Yeah. What do people want to know you for? So they want to know people know John for being the relentlessly helpful copywriter. Do people know Sonia for being amazing with content marketing? Hopefully, people know me now for dissecting marketing buzzwords, as I do every single week, twice a week on my podcast. This is what I want people to know me for. What do you want people to know you for? What do you want people to know your agency for? What do they want people to know you as an individual for? If you're great at content marketing, you're great at building connections, you're great at videos, why don't you talk about this? Not just about your brand or exactly your content, but about the topics in general. Are you helping other people? Are you showing pulling back the curtain again and showing people how you actually make it? The hard days, the good days. Show it all. Become synonymous. So sorry if you guys can't see it, I wasn't sure how the screen would work. But really, when it becomes synonymous, yeah? I mean, when people think of a certain thing, you want to be the first on lips. It doesn't have to be to absolutely everyone. I'm not talking millions and millions of people necessarily knowing you're that person. You only have to be remembered to a few. Yeah, but become synonymous with that thing. Yeah, creatives, because you were creatives, right? Yeah, become synonymous with creatives. That's what you want to do. You want to talk about the creative industry. You want to talk about the tough times, the bad times, how you actually make things, the intricacies. Yeah, the amount of time it takes to do all the detailing. That's how you become synonymous. People know you as the creative person. I want you to fill in the blank on this one. Anyone got any ideas? Shout it out. No?
Be the expert.
Close enough. I like that. Drill deeper. Yeah, and it's an interesting. Well, we need to drill deeper. There's a term called T-shaped marketer. Okay, and essentially the way you look at that is you've got broadness across the top. What you actually do is you want to go deeper on a certain topic. Yeah. So think about what you're doing. So if you're talking about content, you're talking about recruiting, you're talking about creating videos, documentaries, whatever it is, drill deeper. Find your own little niche. Find something that only you can talk about. Drill deeper. Deeper, deeper. That's how you become known. Yeah. Anyone can write a 5 top tips about marketing. Yeah. How many of you reckon you can put 5 top tips about marketing together? Oh, come on, more of you can put it in. Yeah. But how many of you could put in 5 ways to really maximise your programmatic marketing techniques? Anyone? No? But if you're interested in programmatic marketing, that's a lot better. Yeah? If you create longer form content, that resonates more with people because it shows authority. Go deeper. Yeah? So don't stop creating these 400 word articles. Create 1400 word article. And I'm not talking about adding loads of fluff into there. Drill deeper. Add the value and the knowledge that only you have in your industry. Yes, come up with ideas from other people. Yeah? Because I tell you what, there's rarely a new idea in the world anymore. But you can find your own slant on things. Yeah? Drill deeper. Only you can offer your own insight. Remember that. Yeah, when you're struggling, only you may have this insight. And actually think about it. What is it going to do for them? What steps are you going to take to get to your end goal? So we talked about earlier about actually what is your heading. So why are you creating a personal brand? Yeah? Think long term, think chess. It's a strategy game. Everyone's trying to build their personal brands. They compete. How many of you got competitors in your marketplace? What? Some of you not got competitors? Yeah. And what's your own goal? Do you want to be bigger than these competitors? Do you want to catch up with these competitors? Do you want to become a recognised authority? How are you going to do that? It doesn't just take a couple of posts and you're not going to become a recognised authority. You've got to think a year, 2 years, 3 years. It takes damn time. If you haven't become an authority in 2 years' time, then you maybe start thinking about, okay, what I'm doing, is it working and stuff. Yeah? But you've got to keep adding, things keep changing over time. It takes a while to find your voice, and I'll cover that in a bit. This guy, Shep Hyken, I met him out in America a few years ago, and he is amazing. If you're into customer service, check out this guy. He also does magic as well, and it's really cool, his presentations. I wish I could do that. And honestly, if you look about customer service, this guy is da bomb. And he's written 4 books at the moment about customer service, and his whole thing is about amazement and amazing customer service. And you can see this sort of theme that runs through all his books. It's his personal brand. He talks about content marketing, he talks about amazing the customer, he talks about his magic, his personality. This guy speaks for IBM, he speaks for all these massive global things. He started off just as you and I have. Yeah, he didn't start off as a multi-millionaire. I don't think if he is a multi-millionaire now, he's still really down to earth about it. Yeah, you can do this stuff. Really important now is, what is your medium and what is your space and place? Alright, so just I mentioned John earlier. John has found his medium and he's found his space and place. Yes, it develops over time. You don't get set in things forever. Things always change and you've got to be adaptable to that change. But consider, okay, so you've thought about, okay, this is what I want to become aligned for. This is what I want people to know me for. This is what people want to know my company for. So where are you going to do that? What are you going to owe? How are you going to get that message across? Because you said, I'm really good at this stuff. How are you going to put that message out there? Be consistent and be true to your medium. This could be blogging, videos, podcasting, graphics and pictures, live streaming. Doesn't matter what your medium is, as long as you're consistent to it and you're true to it. Okay? If you're really happy podcasting like me because you've got a face for radio, own it. If you want to go video because you have a great personality on show, do videos. If you're a writer, write. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that because that's what people will know you. If you start trying to jump around, I'm going to do a blog this week and maybe I'll do a podcast and do that, it doesn't work. That's not how you build authority. You build authority by only doing one thing very, very well. Do not be a jack of all trades and try to do graphics, try to do videos, I'm going to try and do it all. You spread yourself too thin and you'll end up failing at it all. Focus on one thing and do it damn well. Once you've got as good as you can, you're content with that, then think about maybe doing something else after that. But if you can't own one thing properly, then you're not going to build authority. This is me again. podcasting, a lot of things I do. I take pictures of my podcasts. That's how my personal brand. This is what I'm known for. That's my medium that I'm owning. I'm trying to own my space. So people come to know me as a guy who has a podcast about marketing buzzwords. This is what I'm doing on a daily basis. But it's not just me. This isn't my full-time job. I'm head of marketing for a tech company. And I've got to make sure that everything is aligned. So it is possible to have this personal brand whilst working for a company. Be consistent, be true to your space and place. So we talked about your medium, podcasting, videos, whatever it is. Also, you've got to do it to your space and place. So is it going to be on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter? Is it just on your own website? It doesn't matter necessarily what it is. Yes, certain ones will have certain benefits over others, and that's not what this talk is necessarily about. It's about trying to give you guys ideas and inspiration to find out what your space and your place is. If you're active on Twitter, you love tweeting, you love the speed of it, go own Twitter. So microblog on Twitter, to post videos on Twitter. If you love live streaming, decide what platform you want. Do you want to do Facebook? Do you want to set up your own group on there and really buy everyone into your Facebook group? Have a think about it. It's okay to pivot. Yeah? You don't have to do the same thing forever. Times change, people change. Technology changes at an ridiculously fast rate. Yeah? Those who get stuck doing the same thing will get left behind. And I've seen so many people, even in the last 3 or 4 years, that became an expert on one thing, they didn't pivot, and now I've lost them to the ether. I can't even find them anymore. Yeah? It's okay to pivot and change. So long as you're not doing it all the time. You're not chopping and choosing. Okay? So you find that, sorry, I didn't realise the screen was sort of so low for everyone. As long as you're not chopping and changing. Okay? So you're allowed to move. Yeah, so if you do podcasting for a while, you decide actually after a year and a half, 2 years, you've tried it, and it's not working for you, or podcasting is not what it was for you, you don't enjoy it anymore, it's okay to move to video. It's okay if you started writing about technical copy, and then you want to move over to creative copy. You're not going bam, 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 but you're just moving over slowly. And people, as long as you recognise that, and people appreciate that, that's fine. If you move from one type of video to another type of video, that's okay. That's okay. Just don't chop and change it. Don't float like the wind. And this is something I think some people will agree with me and some people will disagree with me. I don't believe that consistency is king. I believe it's core. Okay? A lot of people will tell you consistency is king. By that, they mean that if you're not consistent, you're going to fail. I don't believe that. I believe it's right at the core of things. So, not king. I believe that adding value and a purpose is king. Core, by that I mean, is everything runs from an apple through its centre. Without a strong core, you can't build anything decent around it. It'll all fall off and fall apart. The stronger you build your core, the more consistent you are, the better you'll be. Yet, if you miss 1 week of video, yes, you will damage some of your thing, but your personal brand isn't going to fall apart overnight. But you have to be, in order to be great, in order to be an authority, you have to be consistent. It's at the core of what you do, and I believe that. But I don't believe it's king. I believe your customer is king, adding value, and actually your experiences and knowledge is king. That is what people care for you. People don't care necessarily about the consistency. They want to see consistency because they want to know they can trust you. But they also want that value. That value is why people come back to you. That's how you move from authenticity to authority. All these things align. So you've found your own space. You've got your content. You drill deeper. You're adding your own value. You're finding something that only you can talk about. Only your agency, only your recruitment company, only your creative company can own. You're building up, and that's how you start becoming known in that space. You start becoming known because you're talking about it in a way that no one else can. This guy here, Brian Fanzo, absolutely brilliant. If you're not following him on Twitter, I don't know who you are. Honestly, he's absolutely brilliant. He's everywhere. And he's really consistent and true to what he believes. He does video. That's what he's amazing at. And he does it all the time. This guy, Chris Drubb, as well. He's coming for the first time from America over to Nottingham for a conference in September. I've known him for a little while now, and he's absolutely amazing. He just does live videos all the time. That's what he does, and he's known for that. He's building a huge audience around doing that and just sharing his marketing experiences by going live. He doesn't say he's the world's best expert in everything, but he's sharing his experiences and he's becoming known. He's becoming an authority in live streaming because he's doing it a lot and talking about it. These guys here, Amanda and Kelly, they started off, I met them 3 years ago, they were just venturing into marketing. They were just venturing in. And now they're being asked to speak at conferences around the world because they actually decided to start doing things about chatbots. And they started posting all the pictures and the videos, the trial tribulation of them building chatbots through Facebook Messenger. All the trees they built through them. So have any of you used a chatbot on Facebook so far? Yeah. When you ask them, they've got like a decision tree. So you ask a question, it leads you down a different road, leads you down different rabbit holes, and you get content at the end of it, or to a main list, whatever it is. And they basically expose everything they're doing, and they're now being asked to speak at marketing conferences around the world because of it. Just because they were actually true, and they said, we're going all in and we're going to show everyone how we're building chatbots. Amazing. Build a fan base or a community with engagement, okay? Otherwise, you are just cohabiting and not building authority. Yeah, being part of a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group is not building authority. Going to a networking meeting and standing there isn't building authority or sitting in a corner. That's not it. Engagement. Yeah? A simple like I don't really believe is engagement. Have conversations. Yeah? Have real conversations. Not just like when someone's going to put necessarily thanks. It's not really engagement, is it? Have a conversation. If you go to someone, if you see someone in real life, treat them how they would on social. If someone comes up to you, have a conversation with them. Engage with them, because that's how you build authority. You build trust. People come to know, trust you. Again, I'm saying some of the same things again to try and reiterate the importance of this. Have conversations. Don't just cohabit. Don't just be in the same place. People don't know you from being in the same place. Yeah? There are 40, 50 people here? Something like that, maybe? Yeah? How many of you know each other yet? How many of you know more than 3 or 4 people here yet? No? John, there you are. Go speak to each other afterwards and then find out what you do. Then they'll go and connect with you on social media after. They'll see that you're actually talking about this subject. They can see you're adding value on this subject. They'll want to like you, know you, trust you. They'll come back to you. So when they need this stuff from you in the future, they know exactly the person. That's how you build authority. Personality and transparency equals authenticity. Add personality, be transparent, you become authentic. Authenticity plus consistency equals authority. Cool. Yeah? Add it all together. Once you're transparent, you're adding the value out there, you're being transparent about it, that and consistent, you build authority. Think of it all flowing together. Yeah? Everything I've tried to do in this presentation so far is leading you down a rabbit hole where you're going, what do I actually stand for? What is the point in what I do? What value am I bringing to people? Okay, I want to add this, I want to show people this value because this is what I'm good at. This is what I want people to know me for. How am I going to do it? It's not about fickle followers. It really isn't about fickle followers. It does not matter how much you have. Because you can buy followers, but you cannot buy influence and authority. You absolutely cannot buy these things. You can buy those. I mean, how many of you have actually looked at buying Instagram or Twitter followers? I've looked at it. Go on, Andy. No one of you? Honestly, actually, you can buy shed loads. You can buy shed loads. It doesn't actually add anything. Yeah, that doesn't matter. One person can change your world. You need 1, 2, 3 followers. Doesn't matter. One person can change your world. I'd rather have one true fan and 10,000 followers that don't know me from Adam. Yeah, because that one person could be someone who buys from you. Could be someone who introduces you to someone else. 10,000, there are 10,000 people in Malaysia and your actual business is local to Bristol, what good's that? Yeah? One person can really change the world, and that's how you connect to people, why you build a personal brand, because people want to know you. This is how people come to know you. This is how you sort of are portrayed, how you're perceived. Comes right back to the start, the big loop back to the start of this presentation. Building a personal authority builds brand authority. Yeah? Imagine the power of all this there, so as an individual or a company, so if you think about this as your personal brand, or as an organisation, you're thinking about your personal brand to your people in your organisation, If you had 4 people building their personal brands and authority, talking about their experiences on, say, for example, content marketing, you've got 4 different inroads into your business. That's 4 different personality types that people may connect with. And you know what? As long as your goals are aligned, it is entirely possible to build personal brand within a business brand. Yeah? As a business brand or business owner, if your goals are aligned with your employees, you've hired the right people who have the right skills, the right expertise, the right knowledge, you will build a great amount of authority in there. Yeah? I've got an important announcement for you guys. So, it's a little bit of an exclusive unless you've listened to my podcast. It's like a secondary exclusive. I'm launching a crowdfunding campaign for my new book on August the 1st to August the 31st. So it's called Marketing Buzzword to Marketing Authority. It's on a publication called a crowdfunding campaign called Publishizer. Yeah. I'd love it if you guys would like to pre-order a copy of the book as well. There's some really cool bonuses on there. So you get like free signed copies, workshops, events. There's podcasting stuff on there. There's loads of cool stuff. So if you'd like to, at the end of sort of the event, I'm going to put this presentation up on SlideShare. Everyone who's signed up through Eventbrite, I'll just send you one last email that says thank you very much for coming. Here's the presentation. Here's anything else you need. And I'll put a link in there as well. If you want to, no offense, GDPR stuff is all. I know there's someone in GDPR over here. If you want to have a look at it, honestly, I'm putting so much time and effort into this book, and I would love for you guys to be involved in there. And hopefully, you'll see a lot of stuff that I've talked about here on a much, much deeper level again. This is why I'm trying to drill deeper. This is me trying to drill deeper. I've talked about this on the podcast. I've talked about it in a presentation. I want to keep drilling deeper and deeper on this topic so people come to know me. And this is what you guys can do yourselves. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please feel free to follow me on Twitter or LinkedIn, or drop me an email. If you have any other questions, please drop me an email, because I know sometimes at the end of these presentations you're like, damn it, I wish I'd asked this question. But if you want to ask the question now, please feel free. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope that you enjoyed it, you got something out of it. Obviously, again, like I said, it was something a bit different to what I normally share on this show, but hopefully it was equally interesting for you and you got something out of it. If you did enjoy the show, please do leave a review on iTunes. I really would appreciate it. And also remember that there is the crowdfunding campaign coming on August 1st. Please sign up to some emails on the Marketing Buzzword Project. Drop me an email, add me on social media, something, and I'll let you know when it's all coming out and when it's all kicking off, because it's going to be... I'm really excited to share this book with you and write this book and hopefully get a publishing deal for it as well. So your help is incredibly well appreciated. So thank you very much, and I'll be back Monday with another guest episode. Goodbye.